Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 29th. This week, we're going to jump right in here if I don't drop cards. And you have this Blessed Ideas card. It says, allow your ideas to come to fruition and they will bring many blessings. You have this Inner Goddess. It says, expect your divine feminine energy and loving wisdom to transform your life. So, boom. There you go, Pisces. And let's see. You have the King of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Knight of Swords showing up here. I almost feel like saying you know too much, with that King of Swords energy. I totally believe in the curse of knowledge, right? Where it's like at a certain point, sometimes almost know too much, and it can actually cause a problem. So, if you're thinking about, launching a project or whatever, executing on one of your ideas here with this Blessed Ideas card, again, you could be, with the King of Swords, you could be thinking to yourself like, oh, this won't work based off of, the knowledge and wisdom you have, of course. But maybe it actually would work. And it's just saying like, too much. And that's kind of the feeling I get here for you, Pisces, that this is saying like, don't just, assume that something won't work because of what you have experienced up until this point. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't, use what you have learned to maybe help you and guide you on your journey and all that other stuff. But it's like, like I said, I think sometimes we know too much, and that actually can have the opposite effect. So I feel that the King of Swords is saying, make sure to stay open to the possibility that things can be different or that things can improve. And this is a Pisces reading, so let me make sure to get the aquarium up here. But, again, I think this is saying that, it's time for you to kind of like open up. The other interesting thing is that we have three kings in this row here. We have the King of Swords, King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And, it's missing the King of Wands. It's almost like you have all, everything you need except for the King of Pentacles to maybe execute on one of your ideas, or whatever this blessed idea is. But what's missing is maybe that fire, that fiery energy or feeling, the feeling, the King of Wands, he feels like he can actually do something, but he believes it deep down inside, and that he can, create or build or do what he has to do. And you have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is the card of going on an adventure, being enthusiastic, or moving enthusiastically towards something. And so I think that you need to build this fire inside of you, the fire of enthusiasm and excitement for your ideas for your life. And, I feel that we have to practice doing that. It doesn't just, come naturally, especially if we're doubting ourselves, or, if we think that something isn't going to work or whatever is going on. And so I feel this is really encouraging you to do that. You have the Knight of Swords. My problem with the Knight of Swords, well, there's a couple, but, he needs to go in this direction, but he's going this way. And sometimes I feel that the King of Swords in a reading, it's like he gets to a certain point and maybe fear comes up or doubt, and so he runs back to the past. And I really feel that like Pisces is like Neo in the Matrix. My favorite part of that movie, I literally just said this in an interview the other day, is, he's in the car, he's about to go find out what the Matrix is, and but he gets like scared and he wants to leave the car, and a lady that's in the car with him says, you've been down that road before. And, I look at the Knight of Swords as saying that, it's like the Knight of Swords comes into a reading and basically says, you've been down that road before, the past, and there is something amazing in front of you, but you have to be willing to face, the fear of reality or the fear of the Matrix. With the King of Swords, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords can be heartbreak. I do feel like Pisces in their life, especially, as I always say, between like 2012 and 2016, but even, till like 2020, has experienced heartbreak, and not even just love heartbreak, but the type of heartbreak where things just don't seem to, ever progress or ever get ahead. And I feel that is like part of what Pisces needs to heal at this time, is that is the feeling that you start things or you do things, and then it just, gets to a certain point and then it dies and it doesn't, go anywhere. And I feel like that's what you're healing. With the Page of Wands, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is healing. Really good card for Mercury retrograde. Again, we have retrograde starting on the 5th. Four of Swords just says rest, relax, recover, take care of yourself. You have the Empress. The Empress is also a card of like self-care, taking care of yourself, healing yourself. So I feel all those things would be good for you and will probably increase your energy, if nothing else. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Four of Cups. Yes, are you kidding? I love this Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot. And you can see those three cups are pouring into one cup. And so I feel like whatever this new idea is, this blessed idea that you have, it is, going to be something that fulfills you. Those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup. So I really feel it's time for you to like open up to new ideas, new directions, and new things that you want to work on. And I know I've been saying this for months, but that's really the dominant energy that Pisces is dealing with. You have this fleeting card in the area of what's coming in for you. It says, you're in a transition phase of your career. If you keep faking it or winging it, you will end up getting nowhere fast. It says you're trying to make something work when you know it's not for you. So Pisces, I think that if there's something that just isn't working, it's time to do something new. You have a surprise card that says, expect the universe to pleasantly surprise you. Everything will be revealed to you in time. Let the plan unfold. Yes, I think this is saying, keep moving into the matrix. Discover that thing that kind of makes you a little bit scared, maybe, or we're not talking about scared in a bad way. We're just talking about the fear of the unknown. We go Knight of Swords, King of Cups, up to the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is about walking into the unknown and not knowing what result you're going to get by walking away from something that once did fulfill you. And, I feel like this perfectly fits into what Pisces is really being called to do. You have the Empress, the King of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. So you basically have the Empress twice. Empress and 9 of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy. So we see a lot of abundance here. The Empress also doesn't have to like work very hard to create abundance. And I'm pretty sure I said this to you in a past reading, but it's like if you're used to things being hard, or if you're used to having to always put in like extra work to make money just to get ahead, then you think everything has to be that way. It's like your brain eventually adapts to that and makes you think like, oh, you have to work hard. But the Empress really doesn't have to do anything to grow her abundance. She just has to wave that wand in front of her, and the abundance grows. So I feel for a lot of you that you're in a very abundant time, but I feel you need to believe it. I also feel that there are like fears to face, which we're going to talk about in the next row. And I also feel that this is saying like, don't do things that clearly aren't working, like this other card said. It said something about you're trying to make something work when you know it's not for you. So again, I think that when we do that, then we are not focusing on abundance, and that's what this card is asking you to do. I just feel like the King of Cups is you, which is good. You're showing up as yourself. You're showing up in a position of power and strength. I feel like Pisces has done a lot of like emotional learning over the past many years, where it's like you've learned to explore your emotions, you've learned how to control your emotions and use your emotions. And I feel the King of Cups is pretty much just saying, keep doing what you're doing as far as your emotions are concerned. He's perfectly fine. He's sitting in the middle of these choppy waters, but he isn't really worried about what's going on around him. And I think that you have, developed yourself to a point where nothing is really going to knock you off your square, just like him. And this is, of course, a good thing. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Again, 9 of Pentacles is like independence, being able to take care of yourself. It's a card of gratitude and luxuries as well. So I think that there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be very grateful for coming in for you at this time. And we even have the King of Pentacles right next to her. And the King of Pentacles is wealth. So I feel a lot of you are, doing the things necessary to build wealth or to create more wealth in your life. We have a lot of abundant cards here. So this looks really good, but let's see. With the Empress, you have the 8 of Pentacles. Yes, love it. Whatever your idea is, I would get to work. I feel like I said this to you. I just did a reading with Bonnie on Monday, which I don't even know what today is, but today is the 23rd, so it must have been the 22nd, and it's probably, the clip is probably on my channel, so look for the Pisces clip, but I'm pretty sure that I said that you had the 8 of Pentacles maybe, or something similar, and I said that it's time for Pisces to, get to work on, their big idea or something similar, because 8 of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. It doesn't say you're going to have all this abundance like this second, but, whatever you're thinking about working on will definitely bring abundance into your life. With the King of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. Again, I kind of feel this is a little bit of confirmation that this is you. Page of Cups is Pisces. So I feel that, this could just be you showing up in the reading. There is a little bit of love here. Again, August was kind of like a weird love month. So, I'm not saying that you won't have love. And there, you have this, you have the 3 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands. So you definitely could meet a person. But again, I just feel like the Page of Cups in your reading is more talking about your energy. With the 9 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Swords. It's like, I feel like you are leaving behind a 9 of Pentacles so you can have the Empress, It's like, maybe you have a job, maybe you have a business, maybe you have something that you do to make money, and you might be saying to yourself, like, I'd be crazy to let this go. But, what's coming in for you is so much better that I feel like it's worth it. So, again, I do feel like some of you are kind of, having a new beginning in a certain way. I look at the Ten of Swords as a good card. To me, it represents a blessing in disguise. And so if you are thinking about releasing something that that even makes you money or whatever to do something else, I think this is saying it'll be worth it. So there you go. Next, and here you go. In the next row for messages from your future self, you have this Luck and Money card. You also have this Wolf card. It says Cunning and Stealth. You also have the Eight of Cups. And so I feel like the Cunning and Stealth card and the Eight of Cups card are really saying that you are maybe doing things behind the scenes. I would keep things to yourself right now. You don't have to necessarily tell everybody what you're doing. And so these two cards, the Wolf card and that Eight of Cups, could be saying it would be a good time for you to keep things to yourself. The Coins card, Luck and Money. So obviously the whole entire reading is very lucky financially. You have the Eight of Cups. I feel like this is the fear that Pisces needs to face is, the fear of the unknown, the fear of doing something new or different or something you've never done before. And, there you go. I think you just are kind of walking away from something that really isn't fulfilling you and you're moving towards something that is. You have the Three of Pentacles as well. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. And so I feel for a lot of you, working together with other people would be a good idea. He's kind of like taking the lead and he is the one who's doing the work. They're just there to support him. And so I feel for a lot of you that you are doing the work, but you are receiving support. I also look at the Three of Pentacles as a card of quality work, and it just says that you have done a good job doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you're receiving recognition for it. So definitely it is a time of recognition for you, Pisces, and, it's a time for you to stand out. Of course, more play, as always. This lady here has polka dots on her cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent kind of like taking things too seriously. And we kind of see that here with the Empress as well, because I was saying on the Empress how, it's like maybe you're working too hard or maybe you're doing too much. And now it's time for you to, take a more playful approach to the way that you work, or maybe it's time to not try so hard, as crazy as that sounds. And and when we do that, when we say like, no, and you also have this card here that says, know your worth. It's kind of giving me the whole you are enough type of energy. It's like when we overwork to get what we want, we're saying that we're not good enough, that a normal amount of work or whatever isn't good enough. And so I do feel the reading is encouraging a little bit of balance as well. You have the King of Pentacles, and of course, King of Pentacles can represent wealth and wealth coming in for you. And I feel that a lot of you are doing things to increase your wealth. I feel a lot of you are doing things to increase your financial stability. And I feel you'll see this through the month of August. Again, I think Pisces, I've always had really good Mercury retrogrades. And so again, this could be one of those Mercury retrogrades that's actually really good for you, especially if you're, revisiting an idea that you had, this bright idea, or what did that card say? Blessed ideas. So especially if you had an idea in the past and you're kind of like revisiting it or revitalizing it, then I feel it could be a very, abundant time, or you could be creating future abundance. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I think whatever you're about to do is something that you've been hesitating on. Knight of Pentacles is being too cautious, playing it too safe. And I feel for a lot of you that, again, whatever you're about to do is probably an area of your life where you've been, taking things too seriously, or, playing it too safe, or not taking the appropriate risk. And yeah, that's what I feel here. I feel it's going to be very, very good. There's nothing to be afraid of. This is, going to be very abundant for you. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Yes, I think that you have a lot of competition. I think that there's conflict and competition for you right now. It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know about any other Pisces, but it's like sometimes I'll work with people and I'll get a weird feeling, but then I'll say, no, I'm just, I'm being crazy here, or whatever, however I convince myself to keep doing it, right? And I always regret it, because I always find out that, like, no, you weren't crazy. This person, was being sneaky, or this person was doing this, that, or the other thing. And I kind of get that feeling here on the Five of Wands, where it is saying, remember what I said about, maybe it would be a good time for you to not, like, share too much about what you're working on. I would keep some things to yourself at this time and just work behind the scenes. I always say, I think it's best to just let your results speak for themselves. You don't have to say anything or do anything or tell anybody what you're doing, but they will see the result, right? And I kind of get that feeling here. because I do feel there's competition. I do feel that some of you could have toxic energy around you. I don't think it has to be like super bad or anything like that, but I don't know. Sometimes I think Pisces is meant to trigger people, right? It's like sometimes I think our spiritual journey is that we're meant to trigger people. They get like jealous or whatever of the things that we're doing, and but it's meant to show them something as well. And I feel like the reason I'm saying that is because I don't think this is like that big of a deal. It's not like this is, I don't feel like this is a person who's stabbing you in the back or doing anything crazy. I think that maybe if you work with people, maybe they're just acting weird, or maybe they are trying to bring you down in some way, like energetically. And I feel this is saying, like, number one, if you're in a situation like that, leave, because you have this card over here that said whatever it said. It says you're trying to make something work when it isn't for you. And so you could be working with a group of people and it's not for you. And this could be saying, it's time for you to stand up for yourself and kind of like do your own thing. With the King of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So again, I think for you to get wealth, or for you to build the wealth that you desire, which again, wealth does not have to be money. Wealth could be experiences, happiness, love, joy, all of those things. And I do think that it's multiple things for you, Pisces. It's not just money, that you have to walk away from something that is no longer serving you. And the other interesting thing that I got was that, again, for some of you, it's almost like you could be walking away from something that does provide a certain level of wealth. The Nine of Pentacles is heaven on earth. So I think that some of you could be walking away from something that produces a result, but maybe it's not an Empress result. It's just Nine of Pentacles. And, I think you are meant to grow as much as possible. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Vulture Spirit, says nothing is wasted. You have the Skunk Spirit, says know your worth. So I do feel like you have to, tell yourself that you are enough and all that other good stuff. The Vulture is about conservation of energy. The Vulture is about not wasting your energy on certain things, right? And the Vulture is the master of, kind of searching for an opportunity without wasting energy, and then jumping on that opportunity when it becomes available. And I really do feel that like an opportunity is available to you right now. Probably it's just an idea with that Blessed Ideas card, and I feel it's just waiting for you to start, pecking at it. It's waiting for you to start, taking action on it. You have the Devil, the Four of Wands, and the Strength card. The Devil is coming up in the good stuff, which would be a good thing. It would kind of say that you are avoiding toxic energy, which obviously, again, is a good thing. I think you're setting yourself free. And again, I think the problem for Pisces is sometimes that Pisces knows that something is not going to work very, very, very quickly, and I'm not talking about love here. This could be, a business, a job, a career, whatever. And so kind of like the curse of Pisces is just wanting to, invest your energy into something because you're like, I just want something to work, but that something isn't going to work. So that's what you could be walking away from with the Devil. It could just be like an energy vampire or something that steals your energy. It doesn't even have to be that bad. I also do feel that you could be attracting like a Capricorn or a person with Capricorn in their chart. If you're looking for love, it could be an air sign, a water sign, or an earth sign. You have those three kings showing up in this reading. And this would say this person is not toxic because it's coming up in the good stuff. You have the Four of Wands, which, could be marriage, but not really a love reading. The Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and it's a card of setting yourself free. And I feel the Devil and the Four of Wands are saying, cross through this portal, this threshold in the middle of the card, so that you can be set free and so that you can celebrate, so that you can live your life and be happy, or, bring more joy in. You have the Strength card. Again, I feel like you have a lot of strength. It's like I see for Pisces, I think there are going to be a lot of regrets, not your regrets. I think other people are going to have a lot of regrets moving forward into the future, like, regrets that they didn't listen to you, or regrets that they didn't, listen to your warnings, or any of those things. And I'm not saying this is like a good thing, but, again, I think a lot of people are going to start to appreciate your strength, even the people that didn't, that have regrets about you. I think they're going to appreciate like the strength that you have with that Strength card. I really feel this is you being seen as being strong, with the Strength card. So let's see what is going on here. With the Devil, you have the Nine of Pentacles. How crazy is that? We go from the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, to the Nine of Pentacles in the Devil, and I kind of feel like you're flipping something on its head, and maybe you need that type of shake-up here. I'm kind of surprised like the Tower didn't show up here, right? And I don't mean like the Tower in a bad way. I mean the Tower in a good way. Like, again, some sort of shake-up in your life that could lead to Nine of Pentacles, abundance. With the Four of Wands, you have the Two of Swords. Yeah, I think you're seeing that things can be different. You know, Two of Swords is normally she's like trying to protect her heart. She's thinking this or that, but she has a new island behind her, and that new island behind her represents a new way of living or a new opportunity. And I feel like you are seeing that there is a new way for you to live, or there is a different way for you to live, and you're like setting yourself free with that Four of Wands. Now, with the Strength card, you have the Star. Are you kidding me? I feel like you are the Star, Pisces. This is major glow-up vibes going this way with the Empress, the Strength card, and the Star card. The other thing I like about this is that it really kind of says that you are... that you have done the deep work with the Star card and the Strength card, because the Strength card is that deep inner strength. So there's no like faking it. And even this card here said something about I can't remember, where was that? It says if you keep faking it or winging it, you will end up going nowhere fast. So it's like, but you're not faking it. I think that Strength card is saying there's been a deep development and what you are doing is genuine. You have this Candle card. It says you will be shown the way. And so, yeah, pay attention to your intuition. There is a lot of light, in this reading in general, even though we have the Eight of Cups. You have the Star, the Empress. It's like you are clearly being guided towards something better. You have this Cat. It says a two-faced friend. I don't really feel, of course, pay attention. If you feel like something is off, it's probably off, especially with a person. We said this earlier. But I think this is more... It's like, I don't know. I think sometimes people think that Pisces is too good to be, too good to be true. And so, there might be a person or people acting weirdly around you, and, I don't know, too bad, so sad. I think that, they thought you were too good to be true, or they think you're too good to be true, and you're just going to walk away from something. I don't think it has to be love. It looks like work to me. You have this Turkey. It says someone is behaving stupidly. There you go, right there. You have this Tent. It says temporary situation. I feel like the whole entire year so far has been temporary. I think you're about to change your situation. You have this Dark Man. It says dealings with a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. And then you have this Ring card. It says a marriage will take place either in romance or business. So, again, you could be meeting a person, at this time for love. It could be a dark person. Doesn't have to be a man. I'm reading for a billion of you. But if you're meeting a person, definitely could lead to love. I also feel this reading is really, really good for like business and work, though. So, if you're connecting to anything new, these blessed ideas, then I feel that's where this marriage will take place. Really interesting reading. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.